And my kids, they said, no wonder, and when I started teaching this, I really enjoyed the reaction of people. So I'm hoping that the relationship part will be really cool for you. And that's why I've expanded the class into more relationships. So this is going to be a 3-hour class strictly on communication, conscious communication. We're going to have exercises in the write-up that I gave you. There are 3 words that you can say to anyone and melt their heart. We're going to see. You're going to just get them on your side. And how many have?
Doesn't have fire involved in it.
Yeah, melt their heart. Anyone have teenagers at home or?
Kind of.
Oh,
13-year-old and a 12-year-old.
A 13-year-old and a 12-year-old. This is going to be the magic words for that age. And I'm going to let you guess.
Okay.
We're going to kind of hold that to the end. So we'll do the personality types first, and I'll talk about the personality feng shui. And then I also have a different type of personality typing that you might have heard. How many of you are working as executives or employed in businesses or corporations? Anyone? Not so much. Okay, because a lot of times in those environments, they really want you to identify the supporter, the socializer, the entertainer, the director. And so I'm going to briefly talk about those too and tell you, because even if you're unemployed, it's kind of nice to know those types and how to react to them. So I'll share that as well. So we're going to start. I have to do a joke first. Okay. If you've heard my joke before, just laugh. Okay, Forrest Gump, he was going into the pearly gates of heaven, and God said, well, St. Peter's actually said, before you come in, we want to ask you some questions. So tell us, how many seconds are in a year? He's going, seconds in a year, and Forrest said, 12, and St. Peter said, 12? How come 12? And he said, January 2nd, February 2nd, March 2nd. Said, okay, no. We'll ask you another question. How many days begin with a T in the week? And so Forrest said 2. And he said, oh, really? What? What 2? And he said, today and tomorrow. And so anyways, finally Forrest said, okay, what is God's name? We really need you to know this to come into the pearly gates. And he thought a long time, and he said, Andy. St. Peter said, how did you come up with Andy? And he said, Andy walks with me. Andy talks to me. So there you go. So the reason I start this before my class is because I like people to know that you know best. You have your own answers. And when I talk about things that don't feel right to you, throw it out, because like Forrest Gump, he had a totally different perspective, but he did life really well. So your perspective is king, really. So you want to really know it and honor it, and so that's why I start with that joke.